With the rise of individuals who dare to live authentically and inspire the community, the entertainment world has become more diverse and inclusive than ever. Transgender stars not only overcome personal challenges, but also break societal barriers, expanding the representation of the transgender community. They prove that talent and authenticity have no limits, while also sharing powerful stories of resilience, transformation, and the ability to live fully as their true selves. By dedicating their talents and making an impact in fields such as film, music, sports, and fashion, these individuals are not just stars, but also role models who encourage others in the LGBTQ+ community to continue striving for acceptance, freedom, and equality in society. Let's explore 10 outstanding transgender talents individuals who are changing the way we view diversity and gender identity. Do you know anyone in the transgender community? If yes, leave a 1 in the comments. If not, comment 0 and share your thoughts on the transgender stars featured in this video. These individuals are reshaping the entertainment world and inspiring the LGBTQ+ community. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay updated with more inspiring stories like this. Thanks for watching. Before becoming a famous female model, Andreja Pejic was known in the fashion industry as Andreja Pejic. As a male model, Andreja made a strong impression not only with his captivating appearance, but also with his confident ability to model women's fashion. Her distinct features and unique style helped her quickly rise to fame, becoming a sought-after name in the modeling world. Despite achieving success in her career, Andreja faced a deep internal conflict between how the world perceived her and who she truly was inside. From a young age, she always felt different. Born in Bosnia and raised in Australia, Andreja faced complexities in understanding her gender identity, as the society around her was always tied to strict stereotypes about the roles of men and women. She experimented with makeup and wearing her mother's clothes, activities that brought both comfort and guilt. As she grew older, Andreja noticed her appearance becoming increasingly distinctive, which was both an advantage and a challenge. She had to endure stigmatization and feelings of isolation as those around her couldn't understand her true self. However, Andreja found refuge in the world of fashion, where uniqueness and difference were celebrated. Her gender-neutral beauty quickly caught the attention of top designers. Despite achieving significant success in her modeling career, Andreja still felt that something was incomplete. She realized that she was not born to live as a man. The feeling of being transgender had followed her throughout her adult years, but making that decision was terrifying. Transitioning wasn't just a physical change. It was also a risky move for her career and relationships in the fashion industry. After a period of struggling with emotions and inner challenges in 2014, Andreja decided to change her life. She began her gender transition and became Andreja Pejic. This decision was not easy, but it was a crucial one, a step toward living authentically as herself. She began undergoing gender-affirming surgeries, a process that required not only physical bravery, but also emotional resilience. Andreja shared with Vogue magazine that transitioning wasn't simply about seeing a doctor and scheduling surgeries. It was a long journey filled with countless challenges and hardships. Andreja's transition process demanded not only physical changes, but also a deeply emotional and psychological journey. After transitioning, her modeling career not only remained intact, but also flourished. She became the first transgender model to appear on the cover of GQ Portugal, marking a significant milestone in the fashion industry. The story of Caitlyn Jenner, formerly known as Bruce Jenner, is a testament to the fact that transitioning is not just a physical change, but a journey of self-liberation from societal limitations. Bruce Jenner was once a sports legend, winning the Olympic gold medal in the decathlon at the 1976 Montreal Olympics. Yet despite all these achievements, she could not escape the internal struggle. From a young age, Bruce sensed an attraction to the confusing emotions of her mother and sister, feelings that created great confusion within her. However, in a time when gender identity was still considered taboo, Bruce couldn't express those emotions. To escape the turmoil in her mind, she turned to sports as a means of release and achieved great success. Although Bruce had achieved success in her athletic career, she still felt unfulfilled in her personal relationships. Both of her first two marriages ended in heartbreak. Her relationship with Linda Thompson also failed to help Bruce address her gender issues. After entering her marriage with Kris Jenner, Bruce became more open about her personal struggles and revealed that she had been using hormones for the past 4 years. Although Bruce tried to share her inner conflicts with Kris, she felt isolated as Kris couldn't fully understand the pain within. However, despite these challenges, Bruce and Kris built a happy family and became widely known through the reality TV show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Eventually, Bruce Jenner made the monumental decision to transition from Bruce Jenner to Caitlyn Jenner, marking a change not just physically but spiritually, reclaiming her freedom and true happiness. As the patriarch of the Kardashian-Jenner family, Bruce Jenner had become a beloved and respected figure. However, when Bruce decided to transition and become Caitlyn, it shocked her entire family, especially Caitlyn's children. Although initially surprised, the Kardashian-Jenner family showed Caitlyn unwavering love and support throughout her transition, proving that family can be an invaluable source of strength during the toughest times. Caitlyn made the monumental decision to transition at the age of 65, an age when many people seek peace and stability in life. For Caitlyn, however, accepting her true identity was the most important thing, regardless of the potential consequences. In 2015, Caitlyn officially came out when she appeared on the cover of Vanity Fair with the caption, "Call Me Caitlyn." This event not only marked a significant milestone in Caitlyn's personal journey, but also sparked a major conversation about the inclusion of transgender individuals while pushing for the recognition and representation of the transgender community in mainstream culture. From an Olympic gold medalist, Caitlyn Jenner became a symbol of freedom, courage, and an inspiration to those fighting to live authentically. Caitlyn's journey was not just about transitioning. It was also a powerful struggle to reclaim herself, overcome stigma, and become a role model for transgender individuals seeking acceptance in society. Carmen Carrera's rise to fame began when she participated in the 3rd season of RuPaul's Drag Race. With her striking appearance and dynamic performance style, Carmen quickly won the hearts of the drag community. However, after being eliminated from the show, Carmen decided to begin her transition from male to female, a decision that was not only deeply personal, but also came with significant challenges as she became the center of public attention. Specifically, Carmen's gender transition was not easy as she faced opposition and difficulties from the drag community, where many still struggled to accept her as a woman. Carmen Carrera had to fight not only to define herself, but also to change how others perceived her, transitioning from a drag artist to a woman in her own right. Committed to living authentically, Carmen hopes that her story will help normalize the transgender journey. Her decision to transition not only transformed her life, but also sparked important discussions about language and respect within the LGBTQ+ community. A pivotal moment in Carmen's journey was when she criticized a controversial segment on RuPaul's Drag Race titled "She Male." She deemed the term extremely offensive, especially when reflecting on the struggles faced by transgender individuals. Carmen's statement sparked a strong reaction from some members of the drag community who felt she was ungrateful. Despite facing harsh criticism, Carmen remained steadfast in her beliefs, advocating for respect and compassion when it comes to transgender issues. She continued to use her platform to raise awareness and understanding of transgender rights, pushing for greater acceptance in society. Today, Carmen is not only a renowned model strutting on international fashion runways, but also an active advocate for the transgender community. She remains dedicated to advancing understanding and progress regarding the rights of transgender individuals. Finally, we have Chanel West Coast, who recently became the subject of a bizarre rumor that spread widely on social media. The rumor suggested that Lee Norris, the actor who portrayed Stuart Minkus in Boy Meets World during the 90s, had transitioned into Chanel West Coast. This stemmed from a strange similarity between Lee Norris and Chanel West Coast in their facial features, leading many to make a connection between the two. However, it is important to clarify that Lee Norris and Chanel West Coast are two completely separate individuals, each with their own distinct careers in the entertainment industry. Lee Norris, who remains active in his acting career, has appeared in popular TV shows and movies such as The Walking Dead Girl Meets World, the sequel to Boy Meets World, and the hit film Gone Girl. While Chanel West Coast's career is still ongoing, the online rumors about a connection between her and Lee Norris have caused confusion, leading many to mistakenly believe she transitioned from male to female. These rumors have overshadowed Lee Norris's acting career, leaving many unaware that he continues to act and participate in new projects. In contrast to these rumors, Chanel West Coast has firmly established herself as a prominent rapper and actress. She became known for her role in Fantasy Factory with Rob Dyrdek, where she portrayed a lively, engaging rap secretary who captivated fans. Additionally, she has built a successful music career, expanding her public image. When asked about the rumors involving Minkus, Chanel expressed empathy for Lee Norris. She acknowledged that the rumor led many to mistakenly believe that Lee had transitioned into her, which caused people to forget about his ongoing acting career. Chanel emphasized that the process of transitioning is a deeply personal experience and should not be taken lightly or turned into an online joke. When Sonny and Cher welcomed their daughter Chastity in 1969, they probably never imagined the challenging path she would have to walk. Growing up under the public eye as the child of two famous entertainers, Chastity was always a figure of media attention. However, behind closed doors, she struggled with her own identity. From a young age, Chastity felt different, although she couldn't clearly express it. She felt she didn't align with society's expectations of what a girl should be, and this realization eventually led her to make the decision to transition. Chastity Bono later publicly transitioned to become Chaz Bono, becoming one of the first high-profile public figures to openly share her gender transition journey, helping raise awareness about rights and recognition for the LGBTQ+ community. Although raised as a girl, Chastity Bono always felt that she didn't truly connect with the feminine role society expected of her. These internal conflicts caused her much emotional pain as she struggled to fit into the societal norms imposed upon her, but never truly felt authentic. She often felt uncomfortable in her own skin, as if she were living someone else's life. As she grew older, this internal struggle only intensified. Chastity realized she wasn't born to live as a woman, but accepting that truth was a major challenge. She not only had to face the reality of who she was, but also find the courage to openly share this truth with the world. The fear of being rejected by her family was an enormous burden she carried for many years. In the late 2000s, Chastity Bono made the life-changing decision to transition and officially became Chaz Bono, embracing the gender identity he had long suppressed. This decision was not easy for Chaz, and it was a deeply personal journey filled with uncertainty, fear, and inevitable challenges. Looking back at old photos from his time as chastity, Chaz still feels pain as they remind him of years spent in a body that didn't feel like his own. At the age of 40, Chaz underwent several physical changes, including breast reconstruction surgery, which helped him feel more comfortable in his body. He also began hormone treatment, receiving testosterone injections to develop masculine traits like facial hair and a deeper voice. These changes marked the beginning of a new chapter in Chaz's life, where he could finally live authentically as himself. Not only did Chaz Bono change his own life, but he also became a strong advocate for the rights of the LGBTQ+ community, using his fame to raise awareness and support others facing similar challenges. He continued to pursue a career in entertainment like his parents, despite facing numerous obstacles as a transgender man in Hollywood. Chaz made a groundbreaking achievement by becoming the first transgender man to portray a male character in a feature film. His roles included appearances in popular TV shows like The Secret Life of the American Teenager, The Bold and the Beautiful, and American Horror Story. Chaz's journey was not only a personal challenge for him, but also a significant adjustment for his mother, Cher. Cher openly admitted that she faced many difficulties in accepting Chaz's transition. The shift from seeing Chastity as her daughter to recognizing Chaz as her son was an emotional challenge for her. While she sometimes still struggled to use the correct pronouns for Chaz, her love and pride for her son remained unchanged. Cher, the mother of Chaz Bono, has always expressed profound pride in the person Chaz has become. She has praised her son's courage in accepting himself and living authentically in his true gender. Despite the emotional challenges of adjusting from seeing Chastity as her daughter to accepting Chaz as her son, Cher's love and pride for her child has never wavered, demonstrating the strength of familial love during the gender transition process. The life and career of Erika Irvin, the famous supermodel and actress, took a new turn when she decided to publicly come out as transgender in 2004. Previously known as William Erika, she became the tallest female model in the world at an impressive height of 6'8", 205 centimeters quickly, making a strong impact in the fashion industry. When Erika decided to share her transition journey, she received valuable guidance from her close friend actor Bill Skarsgård, who advised her to tell her story in Sweden, a country with an open and accepting attitude toward transgender individuals. This advice gave Erika the confidence to reveal her true identity. In addition to her modeling career, she made a significant mark in entertainment with her role as Amazon Eve in American Horror Story Freak Show. Notably, this role was initially written for a man to play a woman, but Erika auditioned and was cast. She then revealed to the producers that she was transgender, a fact that did not affect their decision. Erika's performance received widespread acclaim and became an inspiration for many. One of the standout moments was her scene with the shortest woman in the world, creating a powerful image and conveying a message about diversity. While Erika's extraordinary height was once a source of insecurity, it has now become a symbol of pride. Her transition journey was not easy, especially as she did not receive support from her family. Losing family relationships was a painful experience for Erika, but she overcame it and dedicated herself to living an authentic and fulfilling life. Today, Erika Irvin is not only a successful model and actress, but also a symbol of strength, self-acceptance, and courage. If you feel inspired by the story of Erika Irvin, a model and actress who overcame challenges to live authentically, leave your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about self-acceptance and living an authentic life? Share your story or what you have learned from Erika and people like her. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more inspiring videos like this. Thank you for watching and supporting. Fallon Fox's story is a powerful example of courage, determination, and breaking barriers in a world that doesn't always easily accept change. As a pioneering athlete in mixed martial arts, MMA Fallon's journey has been about more than just winning fights. It's been about staying true to her identity and opening doors for transgender athletes worldwide. Growing up in Toledo, Ohio, Fallon quickly realized she was different from other boys. She felt more comfortable around girls, but expressing this was a major challenge. Like many transgender individuals, Fallon struggled to understand herself in an environment where traditional gender expectations were strongly upheld. Her journey has become an inspiration to many in the LGBTQ+ community and those seeking to live authentically. Fallon Fox, a trailblazing athlete in mixed martial arts MMA, has faced a challenging path not only in her sports career, but also in accepting herself and living true to her gender identity. Growing up in Toledo, Ohio, Fallon quickly realized she was different from other boys and felt more comfortable around girls. However, expressing this truth was a significant challenge, especially in an environment where traditional gender expectations remained deeply ingrained. When Fallon publicly came out as transgender, she faced opposition from her family. Her mother reacted negatively while her father misunderstood, thinking that Fallon was simply gay and could be fixed. This misunderstanding led to Fallon being forced to undergo conversion therapy, a controversial and widely rejected method. For Fallon, this was an effort that could never align with who she truly was, as both her family and society tried to push her into a role she never felt was her own. Despite the lack of support from her family, Fallon was determined to live as a true woman. She became the first openly transgender athlete in MMA, a remarkable achievement in a sport known for its rigid expectations of strength and masculinity. However, stepping into the world of MMA as a female athlete sparked a backlash. Many believed she had an unfair physical advantage over her female opponents because she was assigned male at birth. This shift in the way her friends and colleagues viewed her presented an even greater challenge for Fallon rejection. Before coming out, she was accepted as a regular female athlete, but once her story became public, everything changed. Despite this, Fallon continued to fight, not only in the cage, but also outside of it, steadfastly proving that transgender athletes deserve their rightful place in sports. Geena Rocero, a renowned model and activist, reached a significant milestone in her life in 2014 when she publicly came out as transgender in a TED Talk. Prior to this, Geena was recognized as a successful model, but very few knew she had been assigned male at birth. This revelation was not only a major turning point in her personal life, but also in her modeling career, marking an important step forward in advocating for transgender rights. Geena's journey began at a very young age. At just 5 years old, she confidently told her mother that she identified as a girl, and fortunately, her family responded with love and acceptance. By the time Geena was 19, she had undergone gender confirmation surgery, adjusting her appearance to align with her true gender identity. However, despite these significant changes in her life, she kept much of her past hidden for many years, even from her friends and colleagues in the industry. Coming out was a difficult decision for Geena. She feared that revealing her past would harm her modeling career and position in the fashion industry. She worried that the media would undermine her legitimacy as a woman, but ultimately Geena chose to live authentically. She became a role model for many, especially for those seeking acceptance and the strength to live true to themselves. Geena Rocero felt that she needed to live openly and authentically, using her story to inspire others in the transgender community. As she stepped onto the TED stage to share her journey, the overwhelming emotions were impossible to contain. Her talk was not only a personal revelation, but also a powerful message to the transgender community worldwide. They don't have to hide their true selves. Although she initially feared the reaction, Geena received tremendous support from her agent and colleagues, many of whom didn't even know she was transgender. This decision to come out transformed Geena's role, propelling her beyond the modeling industry to become a leading advocate. Jennings is an essential name in the story of transgender experiences, particularly in understanding the significance of growing up as a transgender child. At just 6 years old, Jazz first shared her story in a television interview with Barbara Walters. Even from a young age, Jazz had a profound awareness of herself, feeling like a girl trapped in the body of a boy, which was reflected in her interests and behaviors. She was often drawn to activities that girls typically enjoy, like wearing her sister's clothes and dancing in high heels. Her sense of gender identity was so strong that whenever her parents accidentally referred to her as a boy, Jazz would quickly correct them, affirming that she was a girl. She even imagined that a magical fairy would help transform her body, turning her into the girl she truly felt she was. Fortunately, Jazz's family accepted and supported her gender identity, which gave her greater confidence from a young age. This encouragement inspired her to become a voice for others in the transgender community. As she grew up, Jazz not only lived authentically, but also shared her story with the public. Her life was featured in the TLC television series, where audiences could witness her face the challenges and triumphs of growing up as a transgender individual. Jennings' courage and transparency have made her one of the pioneering figures in educating the public about living with a transgender identity. She has also become a prominent star on YouTube and a widely recognized advocate. In 2014, Jazz earned a spot on Time magazine's list of the 25 most influential teens, solidifying her powerful influence on the transgender community and society at large. What truly sets Jazz apart is her confidence. When asked about being judged by others, Jazz gave a simple yet powerful answer. "The only opinion that truly matters to me is my own, because I define who I am, not anyone else." Laverne Cox, growing up in Mobile, Alabama, in an environment with strict gender roles, quickly realized that she was different. She was drawn to activities traditionally considered feminine, which caused her a great deal of suffering, especially in a community where traditional gender expectations were rigidly upheld. As a teenager, Laverne was frequently bullied for her feminine demeanor. These harsh experiences were difficult, but they also helped shape the strong, determined woman that Laverne became. One of her earliest passions was dancing, an activity she loved for the freedom and rhythm it provided. However, pursuing this passion wasn't easy, as she had to convince her mother to let her take dance lessons. Although her mother was concerned about her son participating in an activity considered feminine, she eventually agreed to let Laverne take tap and jazz lessons, but forbade her from studying ballet, believing it was too feminine. Despite this, Laverne threw herself into dancing and devoted herself fully to every step. As she grew older, the struggle between her true identity and societal demands became even more intense. Growing up in a deeply religious environment, Laverne was taught that her feelings were sinful. The guilt and shame she felt grew unbearable. This reached a breaking point during a moment of desperation when she swallowed a bottle of pills to end her pain. Fortunately, Laverne survived, and through this struggle, she found the strength to continue her journey. Laverne Cox is now not only a talented actress, but also a trailblazer in raising awareness about the transgender community. She has used her personal experiences to help others understand the struggles and courage required to live authentically with one's gender identity. Laverne has become a role model for those struggling to find their own path to living truthfully and freely. A pivotal moment in Laverne Cox's life marked a significant turning point. While it took years for her to fully accept herself, those challenges and hardships never defeated her. Ultimately, Laverne decided to leave Alabama, where she had grown up in an environment with strict gender expectations, to pursue her dreams in New York. This vibrant city became the place where she could freely explore and live authentically with her identity. In New York, Laverne began her transition, a journey full of challenges that involved not only emotional barriers but also physical ones. However, it was in these difficulties that Laverne found true freedom, as she was finally able to live as the woman she had always known herself to be. Each step in this process brought her closer to herself, giving her a sense of peace and confidence she had never experienced before. Laverne Cox's career took a major breakthrough with her role in Orange is the New Black. Her performance was not only a brilliant portrayal, but also a reflection of her own life experiences. She brought a genuine and heartfelt portrayal, creating empathy and humanizing the transgender experience while leaving a lasting impact on both the community and the public. This role solidified Laverne as one of the leading figures in the fight for transgender rights. Laverne is not only a talented actress, but she has also become a powerful advocate for the LGBTQ+ community, using her platform to educate the public about the challenges transgender individuals face. She actively promotes inclusion and equality for transgender people, helping to shift public attitudes on the issue. Laverne Cox has become a symbol of hope and resilience for many in the transgender community. Her message is clear and powerful. Trans is beautiful. Her courage and perseverance not only inspire transgender individuals, but also an entire generation one that is striving for acceptance and equality in society. Laverne Cox is a major source of motivation for those seeking the freedom to live authentically and push for an equal society where everyone can live and love without discrimination. Do you know anyone in the LGBT community? Share with us by leaving a 1 if you do or a 0 if you don't. Laverne Cox and people like her are fighting for acceptance and equality for everyone. So what do you think about the message "Trans is beautiful"? Leave your thoughts in the comments below this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss inspiring videos like this. Thank you for watching.